Good evening. It's Monday, so it's monthly make time, and it is new box time. Now I know we delayed this. We should have launched this last week, but I knew not everyone would have had their boxes, and people are still waiting on them. So fingers crossed those turn up soon. So I am going to launch it tonight. I do know a few of you haven't got your boxes though, so fingers crossed they'll turn up over the next few days. Evening Maxine, evening Lois. So yeah, December's monthly make time. Last one for 2022. Whizzed by this year, hasn't it? It really has. I thought that was someone trying to get in then. It was a bit of a thud. So yeah, last box for 2022. And something new as well. So it's a bit of a new idea. So I'm going to open up the box and I'll talk you through it. Evening Pauline. Yes, very frosty tonight, isn't it? I nearly went skating across the grass. Would have been interesting, wouldn't it? I think Bear's put a bit of an ice rink thing going on. He emptied out a load of water. I think it was Sunday. And obviously it's not drained anywhere because it's got nowhere to go. And yeah, it's now like a bit of a skating rink, and I forgot. But I was all right. I didn't skidoo. I just kind of like and then moved on. Anyway, you're not here to hear about me falling over on grass. So we're here to open our box. To be fair, you nearly had a peek at January's because, well, it was yeah, I picked up the wrong ones nearly. Evening Mum. So yeah, you nearly had a sneaky peek of what's coming up in January's monthly make. No, I've got the right one this time. So in your box, what have you got? I'm going to move my box first off. Looking a bit worse for wear, my box, isn't it? I actually found it this time. So in your box, you should have, pop that down there. You should have 2 stamps. You have got this brand new all-in-one. So if you loved our corner stamps, then this is the same idea. It's all there. It's all ready just to splat onto your paper and work with. And then what I've also done is create this wavy rectangle polyplate. So this actually fits behind this one, but there will be more that will fit this coming out soon. So just to let you know. So you've got a stamp set and you've got a polyplate. They are really big stamps. You've got your information leaflet like you normally do. You should have your discount code in there. You'll have a little brown envelope from us. I'm not going to show the contents of that one tonight, but that's just a little thank you from myself and Mr. Roo. So that's in there as well. So this is your stamp set. It's a lot bigger. You know me, it's a lot bigger than what we say on the packaging. Look at the size of that one. It's huge, isn't it? So it's kind of designed to fit on a 5x7, but it will fit on a 6x6. So I just tweaked it ever so slightly. So it's that kind of size. You've got all these sayings. So you've got, I'm going to have to read it from the front. I can't read stamps today. The seeds you plant today will be the flowers of tomorrow. Enjoy your sadness. Flowers are our constant friends. And those two, I'm thinking of you, fit in this gap here. Yep. As does our little vines here. So our little leaves also fit in this corner. So if you wanted to put your leaves, you could, or you could put your sentiment. So I was thinking if you had a square card, you might want to stamp this and then put a sentiment coming out the side. So you just needed a little bit of something to go in that top corner. So that was the idea behind it. And then of course you've got your texture stamp in there, and you've got your floral as well. And then we have our polyplate. So it does line up, but it doesn't have to. Yep. Really up to you if you want it to do that. Can you tell someone's been crafting on my desk? I've got little dots. Should have washed my desk before we started. So those are your 2 stamp sets you get there. You get your big polyplate and you get your all-in-one floral in there as well. So you've got your 3 little sayings with that. You should have your brown envelope, your discount code. I can't even get my words out. Discount code, and you've got your leaflet. Of course, you've got your inspiration that I'm about to show you now. So I'm going to leave that where it is actually. No, I'm not. I'm going to move it to one side. So I'm going to start with mine. I've not looked at Mum's yet. So here we go. So all in one, and I kept it as one colour. So you can see what I've actually done is this panel of colour that goes up it is actually the polyplate. So I've stamped it in the middle and then stamped it at the bottom and at the top, and then I've just used, I think it's lime green Brusho on that one, and you can see how that saying just fits in that top corner. Yep, so it's all been designed so your sayings all fit in that top corner. So there's that first one. I love it in green. I'm not normally a green kind of person, but I do like that green. And I did a tag, so not even using the whole of the frame. You can see where I've masked off the frame itself, and then look at those little vines coming down from the top. How cute are they? And then I've just used, I don't know that you can quite see, just used the sentiments coming down the side as well. Yep, and then a bit of sparkle on there. I know, sparkly pens. Push the boat out with this one. So again, it's the same idea. So I used the same colours, but I turned it into a card this time. So you've got, again, then sayings down the side. Yep, those lovely vines going across the top and the bottom, because, well, they can do. There you go, if I hold it like that, you can see it a bit better. And then again, you've got that lovely stamp frame, and I've done a bit of doodling in me edges. And can you see as well, what I've done is where I've put my colour on, inside my frame, I've actually basically coloured it out. So got some water and taken that Distress Oxide out of that back. So it looks like this bit's jumping to the front. Yep. Then next, so I was saying that it works well on square cards as well. So this is, I think that's 8x8, hang on. No, it's not, it's 7. Yeah, it's 7-inch, that one. So it's a 7-inch card, that one. And again, I've stamped it. I've not used the polyplate on this one. You've got your lovely saying in, just stamped with a few of those leaves or vines or whatever you want to call them around there. And then you've just got the stamped image, and it's such a big image, isn't it, that it is just really easy. You just, as I said before, you just splat it and go, don't you? There's that one. Got a Distress ink on here. As you can see, I've done a wishy-washy frame in the background. I've not lined mine up to my frame because it doesn't need to, and then I've just stamped it over the top and then done a little bit of painting. But it's really, yeah, I do like this one. It is going to be quite a fun one to use. And then my final one I've done, again, it's the Distress ink background, and then just painted over at the top with, oh no, pencil crayons over the top. And then I've made my own jiggly wiggly frame for my thinking of you. Right, so let's move them to one side and let me show you mums. Let me get them out of the bag, because like I say, I never look at mums until I open the box. Evening, Tracy. So there's one of mum's, really simple, this one. She's just done a polyplate. She's even just drawn her own little wiggly square frame even, and then just use those little vines in the corners, and then just a couple of little critters on there. Is that beautiful? The seeds you plant today will be the flowers of tomorrow. Really simple, but really effective, that one. Yep. Next one, she's done a DL. Oh, I like this one. I should really wash my desk, shouldn't I? So just realised, yeah, I should really wash it. So just cut a couple of little squares, use the little vines and the little critters, and then just thinking of you in the middle. How simple but effective is that? Really cool, isn't it? So just those monotone colours as well. Yeah, monotone, isn't it? Next up, oh, fussy cutting. She's in there with a bit of fussy cutting. So she's stamped it, she's coloured in the back to create the ground and the sky. Landscape, that's the one I was going to say. And then, she's used a sentiment up in the top corner, and then she's sat and cut all these bits out. Far more patient than me on there. But again, another really simple but really effective. I do actually love, with her cutting these out, how much it pops. Yeah, because otherwise the pink would be like messing up with the bit from the back. So it wouldn't be that bright, vibrant colour, is what I'm trying to say. The vines are cute, aren't they? Next up, she's done, I'm playing guess here, I'm thinking inks again to create that lovely blue. So we've gone blue this time. I'm liking it in the blue. Polyplate background on top with the same colour, so all in one colours, and then she's just popped that sentiment off to the side. I do like it off to the side. It does look quite cool, doesn't it? there's that one. Again, all fussy cut out. You know me, I'd lose pieces as I was cutting them out. I'd have to cut it out and stick it at the same time. Another little DL, again, really, really simple. It's a bit of turquoise or aquamarine brusho. Your little vines in the corners, a few little critters, and thinking of you in the middle. How beautiful is that though? Really simple, really, really beautiful. I think it doesn't have to be a DL, it could be any size, that one. Nice little 6x6. Evening Noala. Oh, she's liking this box. It is a good one, isn't it? So that's that one. And then, just checking, last one. It's Mum, so she's gone for her beiges and her browns. But again, stamp set works in any of these, and she's even fussy cut this out. You can always tell it's a Mum because she's done some fussy cutting. So she's cut her sentiment out to go on the top. But honestly, it does fit in there as well. So just quickly whip back through that one. But really simple, really, really easy to use, which is what we want really, isn't it? So if you like the corners, I think you will like this set. There we go. So just got all different ones. I've got to admit, I really, really like that one. Yeah, I think it's I'm getting into my tags again at the moment. And then green, who would have ever thought green and me? I did actually. Lime green, beautiful, beautiful colour. Right, so those are your samples. Again, just to recap. Evening Sue. Oh, she likes a prize. Definitely, it's a good set to get this one. So you get your stamp set and you get your polyplate. Now, confession time. Not got a clue where I've put mine, so I will be using these tonight. Because like I say, I've been working on, well, I've virtually finished January's. Because it goes to the printers tomorrow. Because they shut down over Christmas. So I've been working on January's. I can tell you where my January box is. I couldn't for the life of you I couldn't find my December one. I've got ahead of myself somehow. Lois is asking when will the new word builders be on the website. There's a few things I need to pop on the website. I'm hoping they should be on. I'm trying to think. What am I doing? They'll be on in the next few days. Yep. Because there's a few extra things, like there's an extra stamp set with the alphabet. There is a beautiful one to go with, not last month's Multimate, the one before. Can you tell little lady's been on here as well? I've got blue sound waves on my desk. So there is a few things that need to go on the website. So they'll be on in the next few days. I'll put a post up once I've done it. Right, I'm hoping my desk is cleanish. So, we haven't had a polyplate in forever, it feels like. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what colour my desk is going to be tonight. So, I'm going to concentrate on polyplates. Yeah, because you all know how to stamp. So we're going to have a good play with polyplates tonight. There we go. And you just know, as soon as I start using this, it'll be like, oh, I know exactly where my stamps are. I don't. Really, really don't. I should stop putting things on top of my laptop. Now, mine's lost its stick because it's got very, very cold. So I'm just going to give it a quick rub on the back. Just like that. Right, if you're not putting it in the right place. There we go. So if your stamps get cold, you'll probably find they get this little film on them, which isn't anything. Just need a quick wipe, and then we're good to go. Right. So she says, very well positioned on there, isn't it? I have got a little 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Yeah. Lois is saying the Christmas ones are really useful. They are. And these other ones, so you've got happy birthday, thinking of you, someone special, congratulations. It's the other one. Right, so I have got my Polyplate on there. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe over because there you go. Right, so I'm going to go oxides tonight, but I'm not going to do my usual. Yep, I am going to go with, I have got two colours. I have got Fossilised Amber and I have got Bundled Sage. So I'm going to start off with my Fossilised Amber. Remember, if I was doing this with inks, I'd be like, yay, let's have a party and let's throw it all on in one go. You can't do that, I'm afraid, with oxides because, well, they contaminate, and we don't want to be doing that with our inks, do we? So can you see I'm kind of inking up half of my Polyplate. I'm just going to get that bit of tissue off it as well. Only downside of using kitchen roll on your oxides is you get little bits left over. And I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to get a clean bit of kitchen roll. So what I want is yellow and I want green, because I want a bit of a, oh, what a background, don't I? Oh, Noala's little boy's poorly. Oh, that's not nice. There's so many bad bugs going around though. So many. So all I'm doing now is I'm picking up on my tissue or your blending tools or whatever you use. And can you see I'm just adding it on there? So picking it up and adding it on. And I'm keeping a bit of a snidey eye just to see if my tissue's turning yellow. And once it turns yellow, I start moving it into a clean bit of tissue. Yep. So can you see getting that lovely blended effect on there? Just keep inking it up. I've got the wobbles again. I moved my desk slightly and it's not liking it at all. Right, so I'm quite happy with that. Got a lovely, you've got my yellows, I've got my greens, yep. Oh, Happy New Year. I hadn't thought of doing a Happy New Year, but I always like to keep Mr. Roo on his toes, so I'm sure I can whip one up. I hadn't even thought of that, to be fair. Right, so I've got my Polyplate. It looks a bit like that. Yep. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to go with, where's my gamboge? You know I always love a bit of gamboge. Oh no, I'm not. Oh no, it's orange, so it's not even gamboge. I actually want a little bit of red or pink. There you go, we'll go Alzarian Crimson. So I'm going to pop a little bit on my desk. Can you see that? Let me just see. Yep, you can see that. Like I said, I moved my desk all around and I don't have a clue where things are today. And I just want a bit of a pen, a bit of a paintbrush even. I'm going to do this and we're just going to splat it on. Yeah, that should be enough. And I've got a red pen. I keep saying that. Paintbrush. Did I tidy up? I've had to tidy up a little bit because little lady's been in over the weekend making. She's designed her own stamp set again for a teacher, and she's made a book for a teacher, and it looks amazing. I should really share it in the group because it is amazing. I can't tell you how proud I am of her. And I can't even show you the stamp because I'm pretty sure she ran off with it. So she designed a stamp for her book for her teacher, and when I came in my desk was, yeah, and then Bear's been in tonight making his for his teacher. So I'm going to pop a little bit of spritz on this, not too much. So I'm going to turn it to one side because you know me, I prefer to do it like I'm doing archery. So can you see, just really gentle spritz. It's not dripping wet. Yeah, not dripping wet, but it's been activated, yes. So I'm going to pop it down, turn it around, And just remember, when you're putting brush out on your, I should have warned you that before we started doing it, when you're putting brush out onto things like your poly plates and your stamps, it will stain it. It's not damaging it. There's nothing in brush out that can damage anything. It's a gentle little beastie. Lois is hoping that Rosie does another box. Yeah, she is a bit good, isn't she? You will be amazed with what she's done this one. There we go. So you can just see teeny tiny bits of red. Just going to give that a quick spritz. Quite happy with that. Yeah. Now, if I wanted to get this off my poly plate, you could use a little bit of hand sanitizer, but it's not going to damage your poly plate. So, you know what? It just looks like it's got the freckles. Or chicken pox. So I'm going to take that off. I need to stop putting things on top of my laptop. Stop, girl, stop. So, let's move that out of the way as well. I'm going to give this a quick dry. It is fantastic, her stamps that she's done. She really does put me to shame at times. But if her English teachers, that'll give you a clue. Not science this time, it's English. So she did the usual, yes, I want to make something about a month ago. I was like, right, okay, well, the sooner you do it, the sooner we can get it done. And she's left it, and literally on Friday night she decided, this is what I am doing. So she designed a stamp Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday. Her dad ran out and did it on Saturday for her, and Sunday she made the book for her teacher. Right. Trying to make sure this is dry because it feels quite soggy still. Can you see this lovely, lovely effect you get? Get all the bits of water in there and all sorts. Close. I'll show it in the group later. There you go, right. Yeah, so you got a lovely polyplate background. Now I'm going to grab our stamp. I told you these are really bish bash bosh stamps. So a bit of colour. Sorry, my poly mount's got all bits and pieces over it. She did one for dance teachers as well, and I've just come in to find one of my poly mounts has got the dancer on it. And you can't actually see the dancer because she's just coloured it all in black ink, and nearly the whole poly mount's the same as well. We have got a few of these left in stock as well, so I'll be popping them back on the website because I know a few of you have been asking for them as well. We've been having a source out. So again, we have got a really big stamp. Ooh. If I put things on the table, it won't fall off, will it? There you go. So I'm just making sure it's all stuck down, and just make sure this bit here where you've not got any design, most companies would actually gut this out. Yeah, so basically not use the polymer in that bit. We always leave it in, and the reason I do that is because if I don't leave this in, this bit moves. Yeah, so by leaving it in, the stamp stays the right size. Especially important when you're lining things up, but you don't have to with this one. So see, you can see I can line that up if I want to, but I'm going to go a bit wonky, I think, because I do like it a little bit. That's the one. It does, it loses its shape if you cut them out. So that's why you will always find ours here has got the polymer in it. However, just be careful, because when you ink it up, if you get ink in there and you push too hard, then you get your ink on your bit, yeah, this bit. So there is method in my madness, and there is reasons why we do most things. So the best way not to get on this bit is, instead of going down like this, go round. Oh, and she says, and she went and dunked it straight away. Yep, to come onto the stamp rather than go over it, if that makes sense. So just give it a real good inking up. The light bulb's the same that we do. Right. And then this bit. Let's get that bit off there, because I've gone a bit ink crazy. Pop that down there. So now I'm just going to get this stamped. I'm sorry, you're probably going to get a nice little grey headshot coming in. I'm going to do it on Wonky Ankle, because I want you to see that lovely poly plate behind. Because there's no point doing your poly plate and then not seeing it. Yep, but that rectangle is going to be in our all-in-one collection, series, whatever we call it. We'll be using that shape quite a lot. So it's going to be the foundation basically for a lot of our all-in-one stamps. Did that make sense? It is, I couldn't decide. I spent ages designing it and things. And it is the flower from the little bulb set. Because I did like it, and I thought, you know what, it lends itself so well to this. So I'm just giving that a real good push. I've got no strength in my fingers today, so I do apologise. I'm hoping that was dry. I'm hoping that was dry. Please be dry. Please be dry. Oh, it was. Whew. That was that moment of... Right, so we've done that. I'm going to give that another little dry actually, because... Yeah. And you see you've got your little poly plate coming out the side. If you wanted to, like I say, line it up. Yeah? Absolutely line it up. You know me, that's too much of a faff, though actually it's pretty simple to do, because you just do corner and corner. But, you know me, I don't like me faffing. She says, I'm probably the world's biggest faffer, isn't it? But yes, if you like this idea, watch this space. I just thought it was a bit easy. Yeah, like the corners. All there, all in one. It's already done for you. Because I know some people don't like layering up the stamps. Yeah, so I know some of you like the idea of the textures, but don't like necessarily having to layer them up. So there you go. It's all in one on this one. Right, I am going to... I haven't really thought past this bit. You can tell, can't you? So I'm going to now, because we've got oxide in the background. I don't want to use oxide again. I just want to add a little bit of colour to my bricks. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of tea dye there. I'm using ink, so I am swapping between the two. I think it would be good for batch making, because you literally just... Might be time for a new one. Let's put it upside down for a bit. See if it comes back. Paint brushes. Or it might be still pink. We'll soon find out. Oh no. So, I'm just going to colour in my bricks a little bit. My heat gun was coming for me again. I might have to go a bit darker actually. Yes, we are. Sorry, I've just picked up the first brown I saw. I need it a little bit darker to combat that one. Let's have a proper look this time, shall we? Doo-doo. Gathered twigs, that one will do. See, a lot darker. A lot juicier too. I'm just going to add a little teeny tiny bit of colour, nothing too much. I'm not even... Oops. And can you see around the flowers, I've taken out the background, yeah? So when I come back and I paint it in, oops, I'm not really worrying about it going over the stalks. But if I left the black in there, you would never have seen what was a brick and what was a flower. I'm not going to go through my leaves though, because my petals even. I'm going a bit dark. I'm just adding a bit of brown to it. Nothing too much. I could have just done a wash, I suppose. It's a rogue bristle. There we go. I know I go quiet, don't I, when I'm painting and things. It's because I stick my tongue out. That's all it is. So can you see I've just added that teeny tiny bit of brown. I put way too much on my desk. I always do, don't I? No, I'm just going a bit more. Because I feel guilty leaving all that ink on my desk. A little bit in here as well. Right, there we go. Don't need. Oh, I've lost my blob of water. It's around there somewhere. There we go. So we have got our wall coloured in, and then next I'm going to go back to my Alzarian Crimson because I quite like my little dots in the background. So I'm going to use my pink. Oh yeah, don't need much. Now where Mum's cut hers out, if you wanted this to stand out really well, like Mum's done, cut them out. And they would then stand out if you've cut them out. I'm working over the top of a colour, so that colour is going to mix with the colour I'm putting on top. Yep, especially when you're using brushes or your inks or your oxides. Even your pens, your marker pens as well. Yeah, I tend to squidge a bit too much ink, but it's fun then because you're like, oh, what else can I use it for? Right, this is going to be pink. I'm taking a bit off my brush and put it back on again and take it back off. I'm just going to add a little bit. Because you can always add colour, can't you? Not as easy to take it away. Especially your reds. I go from it looking quite pretty to crime scene in like moments. It is definitely a red thing for me. Reds and pinks. Even when I'm using pens, it's the same. Nice and pretty crime scene. So close. So again, I'm just adding. I'm making it harder for myself because I'm working over the top of me. Moving over the top of the work. So again, I'm just going on really, really gentle first. I'm getting heavy-handed with my water at the moment, I don't know why. Local lady did a pickup on a teacher's book. She made me laugh because the first she did a front page and she was like really gentle, really, you know, taking like loads of care and attention on it, and then so it's quite subtle and quite delicate, and then she's done the background, the back page, and it's like, whoa, I think you got a bit carried away there. Lovely, it is lovely. It just makes me laugh. It's two different, it's like two different colours she's used. Occasionally you can get rid of some colour. It's easier not to though. I would recommend starting with less and adding more, especially when it's red, because like I say, me and red, just slowly adding this up, adding two. And the nice thing about this as well is they're quite funky little flowers, aren't they? So you don't actually need, you know, you could do these like stripy or polka dot or whatever you wanted to do with them, and they still look quite nice. There you go, that one's starting to dry now, so we can start adding a bit more colour in there. There we go. Nearly. Right, so I'm getting carried away now, colouring in. Don't mean to. Right, so we've done our flowers. Was going to be a bit bish bash bosh, but then I got carried away colouring in my flowers. And then all I'm going to do is just take a little smidge of bundle sage, or no, we're going to go with not lime green. I want leaf green. Is it on my desk? It is. Woohoo! It's like that moment when you find the sellotape, isn't it? Yay! The right colour was on my desk. And all I'm going to do is, I don't want, you know, I had 2 nearly full kitchen rolls on my desk at the beginning of the weekend, and I've got that left. So either one's been put somewhere, or my rubbish bag does look exceedingly full. So all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of green. Oh, I'm not liking this now. It might grow on me. I've started to I'll finish. We'll do a mastermind moment on this one. And if I really don't like it, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. I might cry into my cornflakes later. We'll recover. We will. We always do, don't we? So all I'm doing, just going round. Oh, it's not too bad. It's actually looking a bit better than I thought it was going to. So I'm just adding a teeny tiny bit. Of green. It's quite concentrated green as well. Which is why I kind of went, ooh. Now let's do this one over. A little bit. Very subtle. You could do it with your pens. Yep. I think I have actually on one of them done it with pens. It does, it's just, I think it does just give it a little bit of something extra. I wasn't sure, I will admit, wasn't sure when we started going. Well, as soon as I put it on the page, but actually now I've persevered and making it look a little bit better. Just like that. Dink, dink, dink. One last one to do. I'm going to have to add a little bit more water to it because it's got very stodgy. And paint's not very good when it's stodgy. I'm sure there must be a technical term for it, but stodgy kind of, you know. You know when you've asked the kids to make the gravy and they put in 2 tablespoons, not teaspoons. Yeah, that kind of stodgy. I wonder why the spoon stands up in the gravy. Might just be my kids that do that. Right, so I've done my green. It does actually look alright, doesn't it? And then we just need to do something with that frame. But before we do that, I should have used that brush show actually on my desk. before we do that, we are going to turn it round, find my stamp set, because I've already lost it. It's on my desk somewhere. So I'm going to pop. You'll notice I've left, you'll notice I've got dropsies. You'll notice on here I have left that corner in. Yep. So you've basically got the line to line up on to stamp. Yeah, which is why that's there. You might have thought, it looks a bit odd that it's a bit of a triangle shaped vine, but that little bit, the top and the side, is so that it fits neatly in. So if you were to stamp it in black, it would just snuggle in really neatly on the top and look like it was part of the same stamp. Or in this case, I'm going to actually stamp it in a different colour. I'm going to go back to my bundle sage because that's what we're on top of. And I'm just going to snuggle it into the corner. So I'm not trying to stamp over my black. Just like that. There we go. So you can snuggle it into the corner or you can stamp on top of it. I didn't want to stamp on top of it there because going over my black you would lose the black line. Disaster. Just give that a quick wipe, otherwise next week when we come to do it again it'll be like, nope, my stamp's not clean, got no chance. And hopefully a few more of the boxes will have arrived by then. So I'm just going to give this a quick dry because I do want to put my sentiment in, and then I need to decide what I want to do with my frame. So if you're wondering why that stamp's a funny shape, that is why. It is all designed to go inside your frame, however you can use it outside as well. Might as well dry the whole thing while we're here. Oh, I'm being booted off. Rude again. I'll be back. I'm multitasking, get myself back on the network. Get me back in the... There you go, so I can see your comments. Right, so, it looks quite cute, doesn't it? Very subtle because it's on top of its own colour. Right, so let's get our wordies in. I do like this one, enjoy or sadness, flowers are our constant friends. And it's true, isn't it? They are. So again, I want it to look like it's been stamped as part of our frame. So it's just going to go in. I don't know why I lined that up. I knew it would go in there. I always do that though. Oh, can't get that out. There we go. I'm just going to stamp that there. Sorry, I keep popping my head into shot, don't I? I'm going to pop that down that side, just like that. And then I still need to make a decision about my frame. I actually think, ooh. I decided to stick a bit to it. There we go. My frame, what do I do with my frame? Pop that back on there. Right. It's decision time now, isn't it? Crunch time. What are we going to pop around the edge? See, it does look... I know what we'll do. Let me find my pencil. Not that one. That one. And... oh, I found my gel pen as well. It's like Christmas already. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a little bit of charcoal pencil on this inside to create a bit more depth. So I'm doing it on the inside line, whichever one is on the inside. Just like that. I am tempted to colour in that outside edge there. Right, I'm going to do a bit of doodling with our doodle pen as well. So again, this was a 5x7 card. You can see how well it just lines up on my 5x7. I was a bit indulgent because you know I like my 5x7s. And I do know lots of people like 6x6s, so watch this space. So adding a little bit of white in on here just to make it pop. I do think a bit of glossy accents as well would just finish him off beautifully on its leaves. And just remember as well, again, whenever you hit your brush over with anything that's moist, it's going to reactivate. So hitting it with this with this pen turns your white pen pink. It's not going to turn your pen pink, it's going to turn the ink on your page pink. Yep, there you go. Just a few little dots on there. You know what I'm actually going to do with that frame? I'm going to grab I might not be able to grab it because I don't know if it's there. I'm looking for hickory smoke or black soot. That might work. If I can't find the two I want, I might go with that one. Yep, nearly. I think we might go with forest moss. I did think that would work. Yep, we're going to go with that one. Because again, not quite sure where my black soot is. Oops, the daisy's got ink all down my top now. Like I spilt my dinner, but it's ink. Oh, hang on. Yeah, hang on, I've just spotted it. Nope, it's definitely not that one. That's right, Percy Mum. No, we're going to go with this one. So, forest moss. Okay, I'm just going to grab my ink. My paintbrush. And I'm going to leave a gap so you can see where the black lines finish on my frame. I am just going to do exactly the same, to use that as my guide for colouring in. So again, it's not interrupting with my flowers, especially when you're using darker colours like forest moss or black soot or hickory smoke, but I found them. That was the right choice, wasn't it? Wonderful. Normally, on my samples, I've been choosing the same colour as my flowers, but actually this one, the green, just fits in really well. So again here, you can see, ooh, I've gone darker. You can see my frame stops there, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a wide berth, she says, and then ends up colouring in over the top of it. It's that saying though, isn't it? If if somebody's looking that closely to see your mistakes, they don't deserve a handmade card, do they? So I'm just adding a little bit more in. I am liking this forest green, forest moss, forest moss, isn't it? It has worked perfectly. You're very right there, Noala. Absolutely. Can you see? Yeah, not liking that. That's not blended at all, is it? So I've just put some water on my brush and just go over the top of it. And can you see? Blends it back perfectly. So nobody would know I have just made a bit of a boo-boo. I'm going to do the same on that because that's gone a bit. So that's the beauty of working with things like Brusho or your Distress inks. Look at that. Cool bananas. And then I do think those little flowers just need... We are absolutely, you're right there, Noala, we are the critics. Because most people don't see what you're looking at. See, I can see some inky pinky marks, but, you know, I've had fun making it. We've played with a poly plate. We've not played with in ages. And that's what I'm going to be concentrating over the next few weeks. I'm going to concentrate on the poly plate. Rather, you know how to stamp, you know how to paint. So every week I'll try and do something a little bit different with our poly plates to just, you know, get the most out of them. Now, my glossy accents isn't on my desk. Oh yes, it is, it's there. I was about to blame a bear then. Whoops. He did nearly empty it though on his card for his teacher. When I said pop a little bit of glossy accents on, I think, you know, he went a bit over the top. Really did. I didn't actually know glossy accents could stand up quite as high as what he's got it to do. Good job, it's not needed for another week though. Can you see there? I just hit a patch of Brusho then and it completely reactivated. I've even got it on my nib. I don't know if you can quite see that. Can you see? Picked it up on the nib of me glossy accents. There we go. Right, I'm not doing that anymore, though I do think the frame might look quite nice with glossy accents. Do you think it might do? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it at that for now. So we did polyplate with some Distress Oxide. We then coloured it in using our Brushos and our Distress inks and that vine in the background stamped again. You can't really see that, can you? Yeah, you kind of have to pick it up though. There you go. And then we've just put some glossy accents on there. So how cool is that? So just to recap, what did we get in our box this month? Or what is on its way to you in this month's box? We have got our lovely big all-in-one floral frame. So yeah, this is the floral one. You've got your wavy rectangle polyplate. I was trying to give it its right name. You should have had, I'm not showing you the stamp sets because I've used them, a little brown envelope. You should have your discount code. Yours has writing on it. And that's it, isn't it? Yeah, there's 2 stamps, your little brown envelope, your discount code, and there you go. That is what is in your December monthly make. Good one to end the year on, isn't it? I'll just do a quick whip through of these. So there's a green one. I do love it when they're in one colour. That monochrome. Yeah, monochrome, isn't it? There we go. Really, really quick, some Distress Oxides. A bit similar to what we've done tonight. Again, really simple. That is really just literally stamped, coloured. Job's a good one. There you go. A bit of a swooshy poly plate. We'll do that one because that's Distress Inks. Distress Ink again. So you've got your landscape in there. That looks like Distress Inks. So just one colour. No poly plate or frame in sight on that one. Love this one with our fussy cut in. Again, we've got our lovely blues on that one. All fussy cut. There we go. All fussy cut again. Yep. And then that one. So that is what is in our monthly make for December. So let me see if I can just move that round. There we go. Right. So patch a brush on my table. Anyway, so that is it from me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that, and apologies for those of you who haven't got your boxes yet. I did send them out, I promise. 2nd December they went out. Taking their time, aren't they? But Royal Mail is obviously on strike and has been a few times over the past few weeks, so they should turn up, I hope, very soon. Advent calendar, we are back live on Wednesday morning the 14th at 10 o'clock to finish off our autumn stamp set this time, and then on Thursday we move on to our next one for our Advent calendar. Yeah, very different again on Thursday, so I hope you can join me for that. I think that's everything. Lois was asking earlier about the new corner borders. They will be on the website in the next couple of days, so I'll get them on. Yeah, we've had some pretty bad delays on Royal Mail. I ordered something on the 20th of November and it actually turned up today. I'm really pleased it's turned up because it was for little lady, so it's turned up. Have Rachel, yes they have. I need to photograph them for you. So yeah, some cards have turned up for our swap, but not all of them have. So I'm going to hold off a little bit longer on those because we're back into strikes, aren't we, on Thursday, Friday? So no, Wednesday, Thursday. Anyway, there's more strikes coming. So Christmas cards, I will swap whatever I have got at the end of the week and then get them all back out to you. So they might be not Christmas cards, but more between Christmas and New Year. It is what it is this year, isn't it, with Royal Mail. Anyway, so thank you for tonight. I hope you are enjoying your box if you've got it, and I hope you're looking forward to it if you haven't. Advent calendar, new stamp set on Thursday, finishing off the autumn one on Wednesday. Yeah, so it'll be live on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock. So I hope you can join me then. If not, there'll be a video, and hopefully the gremlins will stay away this time. Oh, thank you for your lovely comments, and I'm glad you like this one because it really is. It's it should be easy and loads of fun to use, and like I say, we will concentrate on polyplate techniques this month. Exciting. Okie dokie, that is it for me tonight then. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.